How's it going, ladies and bruises? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Exit Corners. This time for Chapter 11, Ill, because I believe we are very, very ill now. Vomiting up lungs and things. Let's get back in, shall we? Ill. Just looks like lines. No, thank you. It's amazing how every chapter has such a mad hook. Even though the chapter's only 15 to 20 minutes long, each one always has this really strong hook. Hank, you really shouldn't joke about stuff like that. I'm not kidding around, Ethan. Something's not right with me. I think I'm having hallucinations. That means something's wrong with me, right? No sane person would just have visions out of nowhere. Describe these hallucinations of yours. I think I'd just end up sounding more crazy if I did that. Try me. Okay, well, I saw some kind of gash. It looked like the room was torn right in half. The room started to bend. The walls were all wobbly. The floor wouldn't sit still. I was so disoriented, I couldn't even stand up. And then at the edge of my vision, there was this thread. I reached for it, and that's where the tear appeared. And what's more is, you didn't see it at all. You just walked into the room as if it weren't there. Which it probably wasn't. I didn't see anything, that's true. Do you think it's possible I have schizophrenia? Whoa there, don't you think you might be jumping the gun a bit with that one? You tell me, you're the hotshot psych student, right? I'm just a freshman, remember? I'm still taking the introductory courses. What are you talking about is something I'd only study if I were to go into the clinical branch of psychology. At Bellbridge U, you don't usually choose a specialization until year 3. So you don't know anything then. Well, I haven't been taught anything about it in school. I've read about it in my own time, but anything I told you wouldn't really count as expert advice. I guess that's to be expected. Still, let's start with the most basic question. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness? Well, no, but I've done some research. Inc. Reading an Internet MD article doesn't count as research. A professional diagnosis is the only thing that should matter. What if I told you that one of my parents was mildly schizophrenic? Doesn't that increase the likelihood of being diagnosed? Well, yes, okay, it does, but still, the chances of you... I'm about the right age for it to develop, too. Hank, listen to yourself. Is this something you want? I don't want it to take me by surprise, that's all. Well, from what I remember, the hallucinations are usually auditory. You know, like voices in your head. Usually auditory, which I take it means that some more serious hallucinations have been documented. Hank, you aren't going to develop full-on psychosis out of the blue like that. Have you ever had hallucinations before? Not that I know of, no, but I've had other symptoms. Disorganized thoughts, paranoia. Those symptoms could be anything though. Anxiety, OCD, depression. Try not to give this any more thought. It isn't doing you any good. It scares me, you know. The words just came spilling out of Ink's mouth. He wondered if there was a part of him that wanted Ether to know. Losing control. Not being able to trust my own senses. It scares me more than anything Sam could throw at me. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. Ink slumped over and put his head in his hands. The game's getting to me. I'm counting on you to be strong, okay? Ether patted his shoulder. She was warm and could feel the heat of her palms even through his jacket. She might have been a stranger just a few hours ago, but now there was at least one person in the world who had some measure of faith in Ink. He couldn't help but be happy. Exit corners be damned. Ah, crap. I forgot all about Sean. Ink reached for his Gemini. Ink, where are you, bud? Don't wander off. I'm here. Are you breathing like I told you to? Keep at it a few more minutes. Stand up if it helps. Don't worry, I'm better now. It stopped. What, just like that? Just like that. You should take a small breather, just to be safe. I will. Thanks for your help. Doesn't sound like I helped a whole lot, but I'm glad you're okay. What was it in the end? A panic attack? It was weird. I'll fill you in later. Was cute little Ether around to help you out? Maybe. What'd she do to snap you out of it? I don't know. She just showed up and everything went back to normal. Dang. You better wipe this girl pronto. I'm telling you what happened. You don't have to tease me. I'm just telling you what happened. You don't have to tease me. I'm not teasing you. For real, though. You should introduce us when you're out of here. The thought of the two of you meeting disturbs me. Why? Scared I'd steal her away from you? Okay, now you're teasing me. A little bit, yeah. You need my help with anything else? No, not right now. Just be ready in case I find a lead for you. How much longer do I have to stay in your room? I'm getting bored. Maybe you should come join me then. I promise you'll be far from bored. Funny guy. But for real, can I scoot? I don't see why not. Just keep your Gemini on you. Will do. Talk to you later. Talk to you later. Ink looked up from his Gemini to see Ether staring down at her own. She always looks so sad when staring at that thing. So what's Sean up to? Is he still trying to help us escape? Does that mean Ether's dad is dead as well? He's been investigating the hotel on my abduction. I don't think he's gotten any closer to actually getting us out of here. But I'll take any information I can get. Are the two of you close? I'd say so, yeah. I've only been friends with him for maybe 2 years, but he looks out for me. Even if he is a bit of a dick sometimes. Next time he's being a dick, just uppercut him real hard in the mouth. My Psych 101 textbook says it's the best way to condition someone to treat you better. Really? No, I made that up. But hey, it could be true for all I know. You got a strange sense of humour, girl. How about you, huh? Has your father made any progress yet? No, sorry. I'm trying my best to get him to cooperate. He's not helping you? Or has he just not replied to you yet? Ether sighed and whispered something to herself before responding to Ink. He's talking to me, but... well, he never liked me very much. Even now he's telling me not to send him any more messages. He's got more important people to talk to, apparently. He doesn't care that you're in danger? He doesn't believe a word I'm saying. Jeez, your dad sounds like an asshole. How do you put up with that? I guess I'm just used to it at this point. He's always yelling at me. Part of me doesn't blame him. He sort of, got stuck with me. Damn. I don't even know what to say. I want to ignore him, but at the same time, his help might be essential in completing this game. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to think anymore. Shit, I don't know. I probably should just put it away. It's not doing any good. None of that's helped anyone so far. Come on, put that thing away, it isn't important. Who's to say? What if our Gemini are essential to completing exit corners? Well, it's not essential yet. I'm not so sure about that. So far, none of our contacts have done anything useful to actually help us escape. There must be a reason though. Sent wouldn't have given us these to us otherwise. Our Gemini are the key to getting us out of here. I just know it. I feel you, Ether, I really do, but I don't think any of us can know what Scent's master plan is. He might just be using our Gemini to mess with us, or to give us false hope. If they are important, then we'll figure out what their purpose is later on. No sense in getting hung up on it now. Our contacts haven't exactly proven to be useful as of yet. Yeah, maybe you're right. Besides, you've always got this gloomy look about you when you started staring at that thing. It's bumming me out. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize. I just think you could afford to smile a bit more. You think so? For sure. You got a contagious smile. Aw, thanks, Ink. That's very sweet of you. I try. Just trying to wife this girl, you know. Come on, let's rejoin the others before they get suspicious. Sure. Ether followed Ink back to the adjoining hallway, into the newly unlocked room. Ooh, a bar. It took Ink's eyes a moment to adjust to the sudden darkness. This place looks like one of Sean's old hangouts. Wonder if that's real booze back there. The layout of the room seemed familiar, but Ink felt uneasy all the same. Felt himself turning away from the oppressive glare of the lights above the bar. The other standout source of light was the blue glow radiating from the monitor. Just as Ink would have guessed, Beth and Ray were already underway with the puzzle. Equally unsurprising was Liza's lack of involvement. She was staring at her Gemini from the comfort of a cushioned stool. That was, of course, until Ink wandered over. Think you could take longer next time? I feel like we don't spend enough time on these puzzles. There was an emergency. Besides, you don't appear to be helping either. Yeah, well, this is an emergency too. Ink! What? Why are you looking at me like that? What happened to you? Why are you covered in blood? Oh, Ink didn't have an answer. His absent-mindedness had gotten the better of him and he found himself with no excuses. Look at you, it's all over your clothes. Ink knew that he was far beyond being able to conceal what had happened. He stayed still as Beth inspected his sleeves and scarf. There must have been some caked blood left on Ink's face as Beth began wiping the corners of his mouth. She was rougher than he would have liked, though, and he eventually pulled himself away. You still got some blood on your upper lip. Ink hurriedly wiped it away, but neither Beth nor Liza would divert their attention. Tell me what happened. Now. I wasn't feeling well, so I ducked into one of the hotel rooms back there. I was nauseous, you know? And then I just kind of vomited blood everywhere. You should have come to me immediately. I didn't want anyone to panic. Wait, so this is the same thing that was happening to me? If so, what causes it? Is it fatal? See? Like that. It seems like the same thing Liza had. I was there for both. I see, that's a bit of a relief actually. We don't know for sure if this is the same illness, but given the circumstances, I'd be surprised if they weren't related. Don't call it an illness. Does the word frighten you? It's just, we don't know what it is yet. What's all the fuss about over here? Something you folks feel like sharing? Were you not listening? No, I'm doing the puzzle. Ink was coughing up blood. At a glance, it's the same thing that affected Liza earlier. Oh, huh. That's all you have to say? What else is there to say? Whatever it is that's causing this bleeding, it hasn't killed either of you yet. Aren't you concerned at all? If two of us have shown signs of this illness so far, it isn't impossible that the rest of us have it. Who says it's even an illness, though? Well, I just assumed, I guess. It isn't normal, you know? Well, everyone else, if two people have it, then it's contagious in some form or another. I mean, even if the room is full of gas, right? That's not an illness, but still, you're still going to suffer from it. What do you think, Beth? You're a nurse, after all. I was a nurse. I retired some time ago, my dear. Even if I am still technically registered. Anyway, I'm aware that I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but I'm not terribly sure what it could be. If we're lucky, your bodies are having a reaction to whatever sleeping agent they drugged us with. And if we aren't lucky, it would be best not to dwell on that. As it stands, we won't be able to treat it until we get out of the four elements. Scent did this to us. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say that. Oh, sorry. I guess the part where we've both gotten sick on the very same day that we've been kidnapped is complete coincidence. This was planned, just like the rest of this stupid game. We were poisoned. That is incorrect. And quickly jogged back over to the monitor. Scent made this room too big. The screen at the end of the room, which a moment ago had displayed a puzzle, now featured Scent's crude avatar. The contestants huddled around it. Oh, so you want to talk now? Pardon me for eavesdropping, I simply wanted you all to get your facts straight. You were not poisoned. Given the purpose of the game, that simply would not do. Oh yeah? What's the fucking purpose of the game then? Once again, Ray, I find your uncouthness disappointing. Why can't you be more like Ink? Are you trying to make us argue amongst ourselves? Is that what you're getting at? Of course not. I'm merely trying to show my appreciation for Ink. I think you ought to leave right now, Scent. And I think you ought to talk to your family, but we both know neither of us will get what we want. Ooh, fucking harsh. Why so quiet, Beth? Is something the matter? How'd you get hold of Earl, Scent? Did you honestly think I'm going to answer that? Please, I need to know, please? Perhaps if you hadn't dropped your Gemini, you'd have found out. Pity. Will you just leave us alone? You certainly speak softly, don't you, Ether? Could you please repeat that? Leave her alone, Scent. We can't play exit corners if you keep interrupting us like this. That's what you want, right? You want us to play this game, don't you? Oh, very well. How you sway me so, Ink. Before I leave, however, I'd like to reiterate that you have not been poisoned. Poison would be unfair. Believe it or not, I want you to beat the odds and live another day. Most of you, that is. Prove it then. Let us go. Perhaps I will. Perhaps I will. Ink. I would like to speak to you in private. Please remain alone in this room once the puzzle has been completed. Or you could die. Before Ink could probe Scent about why he was being singled out, the screen turned dark. A short moment later, it brightened anew, and the puzzle was visible once again. He sure seems to have taken a liking to you, Ink. I wish I could say I was flattered, but it mostly just creeps me out. I wonder what he wants to tell you in private. Fuck him. You don't owe him any of your time. Focus on the puzzle instead. We can't not meet him in private because then we're breaking the rules. He said if we don't do what we're told, we're breaking the rules. You two have been spending way too much time talking in private as it is. I doubt that his request is to our benefit. I say you turn him down as well. We can't turn him down. He's the fucking boss. What if it's important? I doubt that. He's just going to continue to taunt you or something. I still need to think about it. I don't want him to detonate another one of those explosives, you know? Let's just do this puzzle while I mull it over. Fine, let's hurry it up. Ray and Beth turned to the monitor, eager to continue from wherever it was they'd left off. Ether shrugged and joined them. Ink stared at the monitor too, but felt a tap on the shoulder. Yeah, what is it? You're feeling better now, right? It doesn't hurt anymore? Oh, no, I'm fine now. I see. Why the sudden concern? Is that really all you wanted to ask me? Ink, do you feel any different since you woke up this morning? Different how? Mentally different. Physically different, just different. Yes, we're going crazy. I feel a little different, yeah. In what way? It's hard to explain. I feel like my way of thinking has changed. It's all in the details. My speech, the way I react to others. I don't know, I'd say I wouldn't normally behave this way. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I couldn't quite tell you. I mean, this could all just be because I'm really stressed out, but who knows? Something might have actually happened to me. Is that the answer you were looking for? No, not really. Didn't think so. Sorry I couldn't be of any help. Whatever. Come on, let's solve this puzzle. Right. After you. She doesn't seem that bad. You know? Spell Jade. These are numbers. How do I move? What do I do with this? Oh, I see. How can I spell Jade with dots? Well, these are dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what to do with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or am I meant to make a shape? Can you make a J with this? There's no way you can make a J with just one dot. A is the first letter in the alphabet, so 1. Right? Well, E's the 5th letter in the alphabet, right? Yeah. So we could do like 5, and that's 4, and that's 1. Can we do that? But then we don't have a J. So that doesn't work at all. Let's ask someone. Let's ask Beth, I guess. Is there something wrong, Beth? Oh, I'm sorry. I must have been daydreaming. Have you given the puzzle any thought? A puzzle? I'm sorry, dear. I'll get on that right away. Man, she's out of it. I wonder what's bothering you so much. Was it what Sensei to? Yeah, he was fucking rough on him, man. Let's talk to Ray, even though he's a wanker. Spell Jade, huh? Any idea how we're supposed to go about that? Well, there are 4 different 3x3 grids, so those must represent the 4 letters in Jade. There's no way you could display the letters in a space that small, though. Yeah, especially considering that we've only got 10 little dots to work with. There's got to be some other way of representing the letters. Of course, you just got to figure out what that is. Well, we can do it by the position in the alphabet. 1, 4, 5, but we don't have dots for this. J, hang on, Jade. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. J is 10? That would be all of them. I'm confused. There's 9 squares, but J is 10. Maybe that means 0 is fine? I don't fucking know. Let's just check it. Okay, it was already right. There we go. Puzzle solved. It doesn't make any sense. No, the J doesn't. Shouldn't the answer be 9034? No, it's 0145. A is the first letter of the alphabet. Doesn't that mean that it should be represented by the number 1? I did represent it by the number 1. It's mostly programming language. The first index in an array is 0, not 1. That's why I thought that A would be 0, and B would be 1, all the way up to J, which would be 9. It would have worked out perfectly, because you can't display any digits with a greater value than 9 in a domino. But for some reason, A is 1 and J is zilch. That isn't the way it's supposed to be. Does it even matter now? We already solved the puzzle, so there's no point in dwelling on it. It was the J that threw me off too. It was a stupid puzzle, that's all. There we go. That one wasn't too bad. Ink, are you staying behind? I think I might. Huh? Why stay? Sen said he wanted to speak to me in private, remember? Oh, right. Are you seriously going to give in to his request? To hell with that guy. Nothing good will come from speaking with him. You ought to just ignore him. What makes you so sure it's a him? Could be anyone behind that avatar. Whoever they are, they've gone mad long ago. I can't condone speaking with them unless absolutely necessary. Yeah, but... let's just go, Beth. He's made up his mind. Ink, make it quick. I'll try. I swear I just heard a noise. Don't let him trick you. I won't. Now alone, Ink approached the monitor. He stared at the completed puzzle for a time, wondering if he should just turn tail and rejoin the others. What do you want, Sent? The screen didn't so much as flicker. Ink sighed. Coming out, Scent. I'm not saying it, okay? Give it up. Oh, you're no fun at all. What do you want from me? I want to spend time with you, that's all. I want to converse with you. I told you to cut the crap. What do you really want? You think I was lying? Why do you doubt me so? Because you're trying to kill me, maybe. No, absolutely not. Have I not mentioned how I want my contestants to live? Especially you, Ink Greer. Why are you so fucking obsessed with me? Because you're intelligent, which is a trait that I admire. You've already so cleverly deduced that I've been watching a lot of you. I'll have you know that I've been keeping an especially close eye on you, Mr. Greer. You're almost too clever. Not only you're an expert at solving puzzles, but you've also deduced a lot about exit corners. And about myself. You're so kind too, you put others' needs before your own. Try to keep your fellow contestants calm, and always seem to want to lend an ear. I also happen to think you're a very funny fellow. Know that I've been laughing at all your jokes and all the others have not. What are you doing? Are we gonna go on a date? What the fuck is happening here? Something was off. To receive compliments from one's abductor felt strange indeed. Hank crossed his arms. Why are you telling me this? I'm telling you this because I believe you ought to know. What a wonderful young man you are. I'm beginning to feel a certain connection between us. Connection? What's that supposed to mean? I suppose what I'm trying to say is... I love you. What the fuck? Well, I wasn't expecting that. Jesus Christ. Oh well. I mean, he has been pretty obsessed with us this whole time, but... It's amazing how this game keeps managing to shock me like that. Anyway. Very good, very good. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'll see you in the next one.